Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Niccolò Zazzeri. I'm working at Trust IT Services and I'm representing Cyber Watching, which is a coordination and support action which has started in May 2017 and we ran for 48 months. The consortium is comprised of those partners, so it's a really broad, diverse consortium. We have SME specializing in communication and digital marketing, to which I belong. A cybersecurity SME based in Switzerland, which is Consultation. The University of Oxford, which I don't need to present. Two cybersecurity associations from Spain, which are i.e. Cybersecurity Guard and CITIC. A legal company based in Italy and abroad, which is ICT Legal. And then we have E.ON, the insurance company, and Digital SME Alliance, which is of course the alliance of the European Digital SME. So we are a very diverse consortium, and we have a very ambitious aim, which is to make cyberwatch.eu the European observatory for all things related basically to cybersecurity and privacy. So this is our main aim. So I invite you all to go visit our website, which is www.cyberwatching.eu. There you will find our four main assets on which we base basically our action, which are those four blocks. So an observatory, a service catalog for research and innovation projects, a marketplace, and an SME end user tab. And I'm just going through all of them really quickly. So what's the observatory? As I said, we want to be able to monitoring all of the initiatives that goes across Europe, both European funded ones, national, but also at a regional level. So we started constructing this observatory, which is now, I think, under development. We have identified for now 150 R&I projects, mostly Europe ESC funded ones because they were the easiest to find. And we are also clustering it in a taxonomy work on which I'll go back later. So basically, this is the focus point. So you should see us as like a radar in all cybersecurity and privacy initiatives. This will mean also that we will be in strict contact with you all. Some of you who may have already received some emails from me asking to complete like surveys or web form to be included in one of our assets or more than one of our assets. And throughout the lifetime of the project, we will also organize dedicated workshops, basically to cluster project together, just like this one, let's say, organized by ReCRED, and also consultation meetings, which are being co-located also with of course, with the European Commission. So we will assure the projects attending really good visibility, and also in conjunction with the two other CSA that are in the cybersecurity unit, which is Aegis and EU Unity, sorry, and also in conjunction with EXO, the European Cybersecurity Organization. We are working very closely with them. The service catalog basically is an online catalog on which we list all of the SC-funded initiative. So it's a single access point to see basically the latest development in cybersecurity and privacy. So we will take all this like a simple web form, which you can find in this link here. It was too long to fit in the slide. So basically we analyze each project, we invite the project to analyze itself, let's say, basically on this service-oriented offer. So highlighting its user need, its pain point, how they change people's lives. Basically, I saw a lot of good projects and who are the stakeholder, and of course they will be mapped into a taxonomy to cluster and to ignite basically synergies between the projects. Here you can see some example. This, of course, is the credential page and the types page that we have now in our service catalog. I think we extract this information by doing test research, because I don't remember credential or types to be filling out web form, but I might be wrong.
Types is over. Types is over.
Types, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. So basically, why you should be on the observatory and our catalog of services, because we basically provide you with a web page or more web pages. Here I put just one for each, just as an example. They are backlinked to your website basically, or if you have a tool, to your tool or to your services. So just to give you some statistics on the cyber watching website, which has a really big impact, lots of visits, and I forgot the subject here. The catalog of services is actually the most visited cyber watching web page, so it has a lot of visibility. Other things that we can do for your projects is to support you in your communication and dissemination activities. So we have dedicated resources to do that. So I know this is often like a problem or an issue for a European funded project. So we have a good community. We have like more than 350 followers on Twitter and lots of LinkedIn connections. So we can ensure great visibility. Just to show you some example, here are some of the project, the cost one that we promoted. You can see we reached like 1,000 people with good interaction. And also the types one, which is basically the same. And also the events for the CyberWiser, which are even higher, more than 2,000. So basically, we are here, let's say, to support you. So I saw a lot of video this morning, actually quite nice video that I was not aware of. So first thing to do is send to our mail info@cyberwatching.eu or to my personal email the link to your videos, and we will transform it in a news piece to be published on the website. So and we draw the videos on social media. So this will increase your visibility and your dissemination. We have ReCRED disseminate this workshop. So you should really see us as an opportunity to increase your level of visibility. The marketplace. This is a tricky one. Basically, this will be a section on the website where all the mature projects which have a tool, a service, or a solution can find a place to promote this dedicated service or solution to, let's say, a plethora of end user, which comes from these other assets, which is the SME and user club. So basically, the marketplace is like a place where a supply and demand mesh together. So this is really ambitious, but I know that a lot of projects has difficulties in finding users that actually use their products. And this is, of course, one thing that is actually asked at the review of the project. So we hope that bringing this to life, this is actually on the development phase, is not released yet. We'll help the project to have more, let's say, well, to construct them with a user base, with a natural user base.
Sorry, Niccolò.
Yeah?
Do you do the same thing with testers? The users want something like a final product or prototype, or they can test something that you can provide?
They can also test.
Okay.
They can also
This is very
test.
important for us.
It's, yeah, the word marketplace is kind of tricky because it involves like a real product. But let me show you this one. This is actually how the vision behind our project. So we have the observatory on which we map basically all the initiative on cybersecurity. So imagine that all these bubbles are projects. At a second stage in which we are now, we want to cluster the project to bring them to work together and to find commonalities and to synergize basically. And we can also offer to our legal partners guidance on legal issues or standards or more tricky, let's say, aspects. Then we will have the projects that have some results, there's some prototypes on some solution, can go in there on the service offer catalog, in which basically they showcase what they have done, so their practical work. And here we can offer support on maybe defining the technology readiness level or even the market readiness level of that solution.
Can I interrupt again? Sorry,
Yeah.
because it's really interesting.
Yeah.
So regarding the TRL, you're taking as granted what the projects are saying. Meaning, if we come as prepared and say, okay, we have promised TRL 7 and here you go, this is a TRL 7 product platform, you say, okay, this is a TRL 7, or we have a mechanism to check about the TRL?
We can check about the TRL, yeah.
Do you have any tools to check the TRL? Okay.
Basically, it's an analysis, I mean, which comes from the resources inside the consortium.
Okay.
Not really, not really a real tool, I would say. But we can check that. And for the more mature even projects, we have the marketplace. The marketplace also will be populated by the results of the products of the cybersecurity and privacy project, and with real end user, which comes from this other asset, which is the SME end user club. So as you can see here, our user can validate, test, or yeah, this is the wrong way around. Can validate and test the products that are here, and give feedback also to the projects in this time. So it will be really useful. And of course, we will bring in this aspect dedicated workshop and events. So these will be additional events to the consultation one, where projects can actually interact with real users and showcase their solution. So this is like where we see the vision of the project. An important aspect, of course, are the consultation activities. We'll be doing 4 consultation meetings, which are collaborated with annual workshop. I've already talked about that. We already have a date for the first one, which will be on the 18th of April. So I don't know if you're familiar with the CloudWatch project.
Yeah.
So basically, that has been very successful in terms of visibility and basically showcasing the results in the cloud computing field. So we are basically thinking of doing pretty much the same structure here. So representative of European Commission, interacting with the CSA and with the EXO. So as you can see here, basically this is like a draft agenda that we put together, I think, in the month 2 of the project. So not really updated, but the idea is here. So there will be an easy introduction, of course, a presentation, the work that will be done on the taxonomy cluster, on which I'll go back later. And then there will be a cluster workshop within the projects that have been identified to cooperate together. And we will also have some, let's say, focus on policy and road mapping, standardization and legal and compliance, which comes from our expertise within the consortium. And of course, here we have written Minute Madness, but we are really rethinking about it. But we are, let's say, saving spots for each project to be presented and to be really effective. And then just to focus a bit, since we are in a clustering workshop, on the work that we've carried on work package 2. So basically, as I say, we want to build up a taxonomy which help us to cluster the European cybersecurity and privacy initiative. This taxonomy will then be reflected in the catalog of services and in the observatory. So the vision for the taxonomy, which has been developed by the colleagues at the Oxford University, is having a two-level categorization, let's say. So this is the level 1, and these are the 3 main areas that have been identified. They are intentionally broad and generic, because we think that it's easier in this way for a project to identify in one of these areas. And then we will try to have a second level of category built on this one. So this will be the second level of taxonomy, which of course will require will go in more detail. We are actually here on this point at this stage of the project. We can skip this, and we already mapped I think 150 projects. So just to give you some example, I've mapped some projects that have been here today. So it's okay for a project to have just one of the ranking, because this rank the scope and this the priority. So it's okay if you only see one. But I'd like to get feedback from you. If you see yourself into this ranking, if you agree on the scope to have the three, let's say, degree of categorization, because this is something that we should do together with the projects. But of course, at an initial stage, we have to do it on our own, basically. Otherwise, it will never happen. So, and this is the actual list of the 150 projects that we already met. So, as I said, at this initial phase,
the red ones, the red ones are?
The ones here in the room.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, what I was saying? At this initial phase, so we did this work of categorizing based on the first layer of the taxonomy, but we would like to get your feedback. So, so like let's say a homework, I will get back to you, I think, with your clusterization to see if you agree with it. So I'll get back to you with an email or on this categorization. As you see, we are here, so we are at level 1. This will be further completed on February, Actually, just today, one colleague of mine is on the EXO Working Group 6 discussing this taxonomy. And here I've highlighted basically the first date of the first cluster workshop that will be held at the first consultation meeting in Brussels. So we would like to have, let's say, a good feedback from you between February and March. That would be much easier to prepare for the consultation meeting. And then, of course, we will further refine the taxonomy with the level 2 categories, and we will prepare also a full project report on clustering and statistical analysis that will be then submitted to the European Commission. So basically, I'll leave you with some homework or some call to action. We will get back to you with your ranking, actual ranking, so asking for feedbacks on the scope and on the ranking. We also have some policy mapping and legal and compliance questionnaire on which we would like to get feedback from you. They're really quick, easy, and can be done in less than 5 minutes. And this will help us basically preparing some, let's say, advice or feedback to be fed to the European Commission. So, I mean, your participation is really needed for this one. That's it. I don't have a wonderful video to show you yet.
Okay, any questions for Niccolò? Guys, please, this is a great opportunity for dissemination. So if you have something to send him, please send him. He will publish it right away, and he'll gain visibility. I know we have, as ReCRED, gained a lot of visibility through cyberwatching.eu. So
do you have our video?
No, not yet, unfortunately.
Okay, we are going to see it.
Also, today's session is live on ReCRED's YouTube channel.
I noticed.
But we will do some editing, because we want to cut off the breaks, the lunch breaks and the coffee breaks. So we'll have it in a row.
Yeah,
Okay. And
nice
we'll send it, of course, to cyberwatching.
Nice.
You want to close the?
Yes. Also,